Candy Society. All right, I had to do another one.
Candy, oh yeah, candy.
I had to do another one because I started the video a little late.
Doug went upstairs to change his shirt so he wasn't recording in the same shirt as last time, which was a good pick for you, actually. And I just put a sweatshirt on, which is what I was wearing last time. What up?
Make a dude feel good. Start clapping your hands.
Welcome. It's episode 18.
18, yes.
Flood of 93 edition.
Why don't you fix your microphone a little
What's
bit?
wrong with it?
I feel like it's just blocking your beautiful face.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, it's just the beauty's just for me then, I guess.
That's how it always is.
Come
That
on.
noise of me touching it probably isn't good.
Yeah, it makes it feel good. Me scratching my nose on the inside looks really good too. Shout out to water. It's been around for a really long time and it's delicious.
It's fitting. Flood of 93 edition. Let's just get into it.
Right into it.
Basement flooded last night.
If you got a basement, you understand sometimes it floods. And it
Well,
ain't
we have
cool.
a split level, so out our back door there is a drain. And the issue is the drain gets clogged by debris from the yard.
Yeah.
And all it takes is not long.
Couple sticks.
And then it's bad.
Couple helicopters.
And typically I have anxiety about it every time it storms, so I'm like checking, but I did not last night. I slept right through it. And then I woke up, had no idea what time it was, but I heard it storming and I thought, Baby, our cat, is outside.
Baby Keeks is outside. She likes to stay outside all night for some reason when there's foxes and horribly...
There literally are foxes and
predators
raccoons
outside.
And everything you can imagine. So I'm
Falcons.
like, let me go in and get this gal out from the rain. Not even remembering about the flooding that happens sometimes. So I come just barging downstairs, didn't even turn the light on it. And as soon as I get down the steps, I feel the slosh of the water on my feet. And I was like, oh. So then, and I can hear the cat like making the loudest meows you've ever heard out the door.
Let me in.
But then when I go to the door, which is all the way flooded to the step, she's like right there to my right, but underneath this thing, but will not come to me.
So basically you had to get drenched to
and
get
she
her.
wouldn't come to me. And like this point, I'm like, come on. I'm like cussing at her, yelling at her, like, please come inside. Come on. Not even addressing the flooding that's going on. So then she won't. I tried 3 different times and she never did come because you let her in this morning, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. She never did come in for me. And I was like, forget it. I got enough problems. So then we shout out to my dad, got us a 20-gallon wet, dry shop vac.
Boom.
That solves a lot of your problems. Well, when your drain's already got like 2 feet of water and then there's a lot of water in your house, I start with the wet vac and I'm like, it gets full pretty quick. I'm like, oh, well, I'll put it over the drain that's over by our washer and dryer, the back part of the basement. Well, when I open that thing, 20 gallons of water comes out.
It said no mas.
It said nah, and it went everywhere. So I did that one more time and realized I'm not doing anything. Got my cedar spin mop bucket and went out there and started. I scoop a big ass thing up and then lunge it over the side. And I literally, I think I did it probably 30 times, but like, and though I was trying to have good form because I knew in that the moment, like this is important. Like if I'm gonna do this, do it right.
Right. When you start that, you can't just stop.
I felt like I was at Pride Fitness because I was like,
shout out Pride.
When I would do like, and I thought, so I get all that out and then I see the swirl, it's starting to drain. I'm like, let's go. So then I get inside and start the shop vac. I have the door shut. No one in the house wakes up. No one hears me.
Fast asleep.
I'm not yelling, but I'm talking so much shit to my basement. Like, that's why I called it Flood of 93, because I was like, you think you're fucking Flood of 93 in here? Like, fucking not Flood of 93 ass. I said that multiple times, and I was so serious. Like the energy down here is like, man, she got me good with that one.
Yeah,
like,
I better just rescind this water.
So then I got it all cleaned up, and I was sweating so bad.
The workout.
I really did have a workout.
The bucketing water out was a legit workout.
I almost recorded a podcast because I was like, I had so much energy that I was like, I gotta tell this story right now. But I made a Facebook status and was like, someday.
Sometimes that's all you gotta do, you know? Oh, good.
And then Doug got off work early.
Yeah,
and mopped.
luckily,
So
shout
I
out
cleaned
to
it all
my
up.
office for
I
being on
vacuumed
cover.
it. It was dry. He mopped all and cleaned all that
Yeah,
area.
mopped it all. Got some Fabuloso. Come on, make it feel good with the Fabuloso.
Guess what?
Smells really good down here.
What were you doing 20 years ago today? This question is so stupid. Do you know?
Something was going down.
Just for me, I don't know what you were doing. I know what you did. Graduated high school 20 years ago today.
Okay, so that's not it. Okay,
Well,
good.
obviously, you wouldn't have even known that till now.
I was so I just hit the microphone. I was so worried because I was at work today. That's
What'd you think? It was like an anniversary or something?
let me say. So I'm at work today, and like I say like May 20th. What is May 20th? Something to do with May 20th. I don't know what it is. And then shout out to Tish, my coworker, one of my favorites. She said like, yeah, I had something May 20th. I don't know what it is. So then I Googled it. I'm like, what historic thing happened in May 20th? And I got
Same class of 2005.
no.
Graduated.
Abraham Lincoln, some kind of like Farmers Act or something. I'm like,
Well, that wasn't what the two
that's
of you
not
were
it.
recalling.
And then like Christopher Columbus had died, I think. I'm like, that's definitely not it. Then a bunch of stuff happened in India too, for some reason. Google wanted me to know that. But
know
so
why
like
Tish had it,
nothing what it
though.
was, but like I was like, oh man, maybe it's. I know it's not an anniversary, but like a proposed.
That's
like
July
no, that's
20th.
July. Yeah,
July 20th. is
yeah.
May 20th.
I knew it was like more in the summer. So
And I said our dating anniversary was like July 1st. That's when I said the whole 15
yeah,
years.
yeah.
Well, if you would have listened to my podcast, I literally said the other day, like May 20th will be 20 years. Like I highlighted the date.
Maybe that
May
was
20th.
like my
Okay, so I want to tell this story really quick about it.
about your graduation.
And then I want to have
Graduating 20 years ago.
I want to have a thought. I have like a thought piece we can discuss about it.
Gotcha.
Too. Okay, so the first thing is, we have like a class 2005 page like for the reunion or whatever. So somebody posted about it today. Was like, can you believe we graduated 20 years ago? And I was like, I'm just gonna say this in this chat. It's been 20 years. It's fine. And so I said, I'm gonna tell you like the short version of say what my comment was. One time, Adam Miller, that was in my class, had a graduation party. And I'll get to this, like literally so many people were there, different groups, because like I didn't really hang out with Adam Miller, but it was like
Right.
we all were hanging out because like we graduated, oh my God. Like,
Hey,
we were
we're
like,
all friends.
like
yeah,
that's my part I want to discuss because it's a really weird moment when you
Yeah.
graduate.
Shorter
where
had
the
a
whole,
party like that too.
the whole class is just like
Yeah.
comes together and you never got along before, but you do. It's so weird. And like we were all hanging out. So anyway, we're at Adam Miller's house and might have been drinking. I'm pretty sure I realized that was the first night I ever got drunk off beer, and it was the first time I ever had a cig at that place.
Daisy.
So iconic moment in my life.
Daisy.
Anyway, it was like an all-day graduation party, and we showed up like later at night. Okay,
Showing up
Adam
late.
keeps walking around. He's like, "We graduated, baby." 2005, and so he does that all night. So then you know how me and my friends are.
Yeah.
We start saying that.
Over and over.
We've said it for 20 years straight. So I said that in the thing. I was like, one time Adam Miller had a graduation party and I said what he did. And I was like, and I think of it or say it every time there's a graduation. And fun fact, last year, I think his kid was in first grade. So he would come out of the car line and I was parked on that side road picking up Millie.
Mm-hmm.
And when, it's like thin, there's one lane when they come through.
Right.
I would always like wave at him. And Millie goes, why do you always wave at him? And I go, we graduated, baby. That's what I said. And I was like, fuck. Like it was such a good joke. Like I almost wrote on Adam's wall and told him that. But I was like, no.
Well, I'm sure he's listening
Save it
to
for the
this, and he's gonna be
reunion
like,
that I'm
"Man,
not
I heard
going
you that
to,
on the
but-"
podcast, man. I love Candy Society."
So like how we all hung out, like we had like a senior barbecue after graduation practice or something, and like we all just hung out and like there was no drama. It was like really fun. And I was talking to Ellie, that I used to babysit, and
Yeah.
she just graduated like this past weekend. And I see her at pickup all the time. And I was like, I saw her like a week before she graduated. I go, have you noticed that like your whole class is like getting along really well and like people that don't normally hang out? And she was like, yeah, actually, blah, blah, blah. And like, it's a like a thing
weird
that I think
feeling.
everybody experiences if you go to like public or, if you go to high school or a bigger high school where there's like more than
Yeah.
6 people, like Zion style. Like, I thought you went dark with that. Like, it's like Zion style.
Come on,
Go to sleep for a while. But I thought that was really cool, and so I was like, "We graduated, baby, 2005,
make it do feel
20
good.
years ago,
20 years.
the first of many saves."
Do you guys have a
Oh, that's. Oh wait, it wasn't. This actual day wasn't his party. His party was in the summer. Okay. I was like, was it 20 years ago today? I had my first cig. Like, I start crying. We'd like light a candle or something. Like,
oh, see ya.
oh, little Cias.
I know you're aware, but to this, Chelsea is last game of the season is Sunday. Last game of the season.
Well, that's exciting.
Regular season. They still have
See, here we go. That's what I hate about sports.
They still have a
That's
champion.
why every sport.
They're in the championship of the Conference League final.
To the Baba abbreviation of Badagasada. And then they have the international. Okay, so the season's over, but we have the world. So my Chelsea guys playing over for. It's like it never ends.
Yeah,
it never
but this
ends.
so this game's
So
very
this doesn't
huge.
mean anything.
Yes, it does. This game's a monster game. They're still the last 2 or 3 years they've been the youngest squad and of all the league, and they have a chance. They have to go and play at Nottingham Forest. If they win, they are in the Champions League next year. They finish in 4th place, which is humongous.
They
To the
are in the Champions League. They've never been in the Champions League.
They
before,
they
or
haven't been in the last like 3 or 4 years, 5 years possibly.
as long as you've been in it, basically.
No, they won it that year. That year, the big emotional thing that I had down here, that was when they won the Champions League. They were winning. Champions League is made up of the top 4 of the best teams of the previous year.
Okay.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so if we get in 4th, we're in next year's Champions League. Okay. So it's very, very huge. So it's all these young kids are finally have a chance to get that, and it'll be if they win, it'd be. Oh, I know I'm gonna cry.
I'm just gonna leave you be.
I'm gonna cry so hard, and I won't be able to control it. It will be.
You're about to cry right now. Just
Ugly
thinking
cry.
about it.
It's huge.
You know me. I respect the tears. Let them
Huge.
out.
And
You
then-
should
then,
let 'em
like,
out more often.
I could get that again on Monday or Tuesday whenever the other championships, because they could win a trophy then, and that'd be the first trophy for all these young kids. But the downside of sports, if they lose, which they have not won on the road in a long time, if they lose, they don't get in Champions League, and they possibly could fall out of the top 6 and play in the same conference
I'll be
league.
in a great mood if that happens.
If they draw, they might not get into. They have to win. They have to win. So so yeah, monster game, 10 o'clock on Sunday. I know everybody already knows that, but yeah, it's a monster game. So I'm very excited about it, and it's on Sunday too. So what time are we going over to Andy's?
I have no idea.
Okay, well if it's noon,
I would assume
we
it's
should
that.
the game should be over by then. So I could be going over it in the best mood or a very somber mood until I see Rory, and then it's like, okay, hello, little baby.
That's gonna be the only redeemable thing about your day.
And then they both are there and like, yeah, sorry, she couldn't make it. I'm like, ah,
You just walk home.
come on,
I'm having a bad day.
I needed that baby here.
I was gonna say, like, what if I had those emotional reactions? I mean, I have emotional reactions about much different, lesser,
I would
whatever things. No. What I'm saying, let me
Fully
finish my thought.
support it. Okay, go ahead.
You always do when I get into my moments.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the other day.
Yeah, you cried a lot yesterday.
No, I'm thinking about.
On a TV show, and like soccer is TV show in a way.
No, I'm thinking about the other day when I ruined your good moment. Is what I keep thinking
Yeah,
about.
that was a big game. We needed that win.
You got me good with your line. I was like, okay, well, I'll never say a thing again. Jesus Christ.
1-0 game.
You were down here for a really long time. I just was.
Oh yeah, I usually come
Anyway,
up at halftime.
my thought was, what if I had that type of a reaction where I'd get so fucking pissed if I was wrong about my wrestling picks, but then I was gonna say I'm always right, so it doesn't matter with my wrestling picks, so I would never get that upset.
Right, but let's say it's just something that you really love, and
I told
they
you.
let you down. So I don't know how to compare that to anything
Because I
other
don't
than
have anything that would
sports. You
let me
know,
down like
but
that. That's not like people.
yeah, that you don't like know. Like I don't know
Yeah.
anybody on Chelsea, but
Yeah.
and like I don't even know how to pronounce most of their names. I know how the name says it in my
I
head,
feel like
and I hear
sports
them
is
say it.
just your like channel to like let that because like
It is yes.
you were like
It unlocks.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Like that means something. It's like you could like it's okay to cry. It doesn't have
No,
to be
I
the
know,
biggest
I know,
Chelsea
but like
moment or
there's like
whatever.
so many little times that I
But it's
probably
like an
shouldn't cry
outlet
that I'm
for
like,
you.
okay, I put it in a little box
And save it for
and
Chelsea.
save it for a sports moment. It's not just Chelsea, but like the Blues one
That's-
that game
that-
7,
That's
I
very
might have
aware.
cried,
Yeah.
but like
You like stuff it in a little
doot,
like
doot, little box, just set it out there. They have storage,
and
little
you know
thing
me,
puts
like
it up in a
I'm
little
crying
shelf.
about it in that moment right there.
Right.
So a lot of times I'm just looking, which sometimes is good that you're really
Yeah,
calm.
and I'm not saying this is you, but there is some people that sometimes will just cry all the time for the little things. It's like, why didn't you just put that in a little box and put that in storage somewhere? Like, you don't need to be crying all the time. Like, it should
Yeah,
have.
but who are you to say that? It's just because it makes you uncomfortable.
Well, I guess if you
I
can
always
cry all the
tell
time, but I feel like
I always tell the kids, like, if you need to cry, cry. Like, the tears come down. Don't make a scene. There's a big difference in being like, and I'm just
I
like,
know, but
really
I feel like there's times where it's just like it makes it worse a little bit. Makes it a less like it doesn't need to be tears in this situation.
Are you like speaking of like Millie in this situation when she gets really upset
I
or
don't.
something?
Well, Millie
Or-
is, yeah, but she takes it. She doesn't have tears. Tears are like, I'm really, really sad. Millie's like,
Anger.
rage tears, because like it's
Yeah.
a different kind of
I'm
cry.
just
And I don't.
all about for like in a non-violent way, like like express
Yeah.
yourself, let it out because I
Right.
feel like people don't and it's a bad deal. So I'm like, get it out because it's like Millie would never do that in public or
No.
at school,
Gosh,
like ever.
no.
She feels safe to do that here because
Right.
like we're gonna be like, okay, or what do you?
But
Be all right, Millie.
I guess what I'm
Like,
trying to say is, I know our kids because that's the only one I can reference, and
Yeah.
I feel like they use tears they know it as a tool now instead of a release of emotions. It's kind of I know if I can put up tears, I can just get out of whatever said thing that I was asked to do. You know.
Yeah, but I don't.
You don't see that? I'm the only one there, which is fine.
Like,
But
give me an example. I need an example.
oh, let's see. Clean your room. Room doesn't get cleaned. Did you clean your room? No. Okay, well then you don't. Blah blah blah. And then crying about it instead of just going and doing it.
And that's we're talking about one person specifically, not another.
No, both. I'm not going to single either of them out. Even
'Cause I would
even
say-
if I'm talking about one, I'm saying both of them because
Okay.
I'm not singling.
Because I was
one
gonna
of
say
them
that's a one kid issue right
out.
there.
I don't. I don't want to single
Well, I
either of
think-
them out.
I think the chores and getting allowance
Yeah, well,
will help with that a lot.
This summer is going to be huge. We're doing chores this summer.
Dempsey straight
and
up asked, like, he's like-
allowance.
came in, he's like, "Hey, you like make chores you want me to do, and like I get an allowance," and I was like, "Yeah."
Yes.
And he was like, "All right, bet," and like put his hand. I'm like, "Okay," and then like he's like, "So like what?" And then we like talked about it and whatever.
Well,
And then Millie's like, "I wanna." That's why she did the dishes. I'm like, "We have a dishwasher. I don't
Yeah,
need you
I
to
don't-
hand wash dishes
yeah.
in the sink and expect money."
I told Dempsey. I told both of them. I'm like, if you watch a movie with me
Which is
from start to
ridiculous that they
finish,
don't do it.
I'll give you $2.
Hey, you know
add
what
it
Dempsey
on.
said to me this morning
What?
when he was getting out of the car. Hey, after school, and he paused because he was trying to think, and I go, Age of Ultron, that's the second Avengers movie. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I've been waiting for you to ask me.
Let's go, bud. All right.
I love it when he's into similar, like, we have something
Yeah,
we can bond over.
that's
I
good.
think that's why you're like that with sports.
Why? Why?
Because, like, you and your dad and your brothers are kind of all like that, too.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I inherited.
Like, I'm trying to go deep with it and psychoanalyze you, but don't you...
Yeah.
Like, as an adult man carrying that on, I feel like those moments you, like, shared with him as a... You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, definitely.
That's what, like, the big thing with wrestling. It's like, hell yeah, Dempsey. Like,
Well,
that's
I can't imagine. Like I mean, I can't imagine. I imagine it all the time. I don't know why I say I can't imagine. But why when the kids get older, like them wanting to watch a Chelsea match with me, like I don't even care if.
that might be a son.
I mean, I want you guys to graduate high school, but like if you guys don't graduate college right away,
Millie,
like I won't be as mad if like you're like, Dad,
there's Chelsea game
Chelsea play on Sunday at 10 o'clock. You watching in the basement
You
or
talk
upstairs?
About the kids using the tiers.
I'm like, yeah.
Our kids will be like, I just got to
Yeah.
watch Chelsea with Dad.
And like, if they're smart, like if Millie's smart, because like I know Dempsey, I don't know why I'm singling him out here, but let's just say one of the kids, Millie, like when she gets older, like she will know like, okay, if I just know the Chelsea schedule, and like I'm hungry and I know that there's gonna be a massive, if I just say like, hey, I'm gonna come by and watch whatever, and she's like, let's say she's 20 something or whatever. Oh man, 18, 19 or something like that. I don't know. That age. Not in the house anymore, whatever that age is. She was smart. She would know the Chelsea schedule, and then she would come over at that time just to get food. Like, you can humor me with it on.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a massive feast here that I'm going to cook for all of us, that I cook for like 15 people.
It's you and me picking scraps at it, like grazing it.
Right. So if she's smart, she would know the schedule. Same with Dempsey. But I don't know why I'm thinking.
They're thinking it's not that far ahead.
Not that far. Yeah. Crazy.
Then we'll be recording podcasts like twice a day. This is the morning edition.
Yeah, the AM edition.
We'll rebrand. Like, what was your dad's thing?
Morning coffee.
We'll like have one of those and then have an evening one, just because we're like, man, what's life now?
So what has happened in the last 4 hours?
Yeah. What shows did you watch since we?
I did finish this. And we're still watching shows. You watched one upstairs. I'm watching one downstairs.
I'm trying to read more books and watch less TV.
You can do that. Just put your back into it.
It helps me. I don't know what I mean by that, but
helps you.
Like, I feel like I have anytime I read a book,
More
I feel like
focused.
it adds to my vocabulary. Like, I notice I'll always say a word that I hear in there that I knew what it meant, but like I never thought to use it or whatever.
Yeah. I had to do that with a word today, and I used it in my post on Facebook because like it offered it as a suggestion.
Like when you were typing your status.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Don't do that to me, Facebook. I don't need it.
Thence.
Like
THENCE. Yeah. So then I Googled it. I'm like, okay, what is this meaning before I use this? I think I trust you, Apple, but I just want to make sure I know what this means, the meaning behind it, and if it goes with what I'm saying. Because there's going to be somebody out there that's like, that doesn't work there. I'm like, thanks.
All right.
Appreciate you. How's the gas station?
See, but I made a status about my Florida 93 thing, and my uncle Larry commented something like, this must be KDEs or like Chinese, but KDEs, like only a language I understand.
Yeah.
I was like, I like that. He's like, me too. He's like, I'm sure you have people that understand what you mean by this. But like, he does not, which is not a new thing. I'm like, nor is him.
Just needs to listen to your podcast.
I don't think that
you never know.
he would enjoy it. He's more of a.
I don't know if I told you this or not, but the other day at work, I had somebody come in and pick up some hold mail, and their last name was Papa. So I'm like, you know what? That's not the most common name. I'm just going to ask. And I go, do you know Mrs. Papa, Jackie and Rudy Papa of Bethalto? And he goes, yeah, Jackie is my aunt. I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh, that's so odd. Like, that's my favorite teacher of all time. Like, the greatest teacher ever.
Mrs. Papa, like my mom?
Yeah, right. And then so I went and got his mail and came back, and he's like, usually people, because they had 5 daughters, he's like, usually people are like, oh yeah, I went to school with blah, 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 whoever, because I didn't know the daughters. I just knew Mrs. Papa, and she was my 6th grade teacher, and she was the best. Like, still, out of all the teachers I had, she was by far the best. We would have like a 45-minute quiet time where you just to do work or whatever you had to catch up on, and she would play music, and she played Rod Stewart live with Ron Wood, that Having a Party song, and that whole album's great. But it was Rod Stewart Unplugged, that album. She'd play that, like, oh, that's when I fell in love with Rod Stewart. Her, I fell in love with her because she was just such a, cool person, like, to deal with so much crap and to be so
And
cool.
sixth grade.
Sixth grade's a rough.
Graders.
Yeah, it's rough. But she was the best, so shout out Miss Papa.
I love you.
I love you. Anyways.
You should have saved that for the end and shouted her out and like tossed her in there. Well, you still can.
I can clip it.
You just be like,
I
the
know, just send it to
uppers,
her.
Aaron Kellum, and Mrs. Papa.
I'm going to clip it to her and just like, boop. She's on my Facebook. Maybe I'll send it to her.
There
Make
you
her feel
go.
good. Okay, Miss
Yeah,
Miss
I
Papa.
feel like a teacher would love to hear that.
What's up, Miss Papa? You're the best.
And-
Still the best.
I was going to say, it's been a minute since you were in sixth grade.
A long time. I've had many
I have
teachers,
like
instructors.
that, too, though, that you just love
The
forever.
best.
You're like, man, that was a good teacher.
She was the best. Very, very
That's
cool.
why I worry with Millie and Miss Akers, because Miss Akers made such an impression on Millie. I'm like, you're not going to find a teacher like that for a while, Millie. And not because the teachers aren't wonderful.
Right.
But like something about like the circumstance. It was her first year.
Right.
That was like the Taylor Swift year, and she was a Swiftie. So like, I think that's why Millie became a little Swiftie. Just like the whole time was so iconic for her that I'm like, she will have that moment again, but
Yeah.
it's going to be way different because she won't be in kindergarten.
Right.
She's like, I don't understand, like, why we don't do as much fun stuff as we do in kindergarten. I'm like, because kindergarten is the introduction to...
Yeah, now it starts to get to become school or you don't
And
like
she
it.
really did say, which I don't know if kindergarten is included in this too, but in Millie, in first grade, her class, they have lunch at 11:30 because I went there, and then they are done at 11:50 and go to recess. That's the first recess they have all day.
Ugh.
And like, we have to line up in that line. I love how I'm talking so much shit. I went and ate lunch there, and I'm like, this ain't right. And like, I'm not faulting anyone that works there, but like, they had to like 2 minutes of quiet time, and then the quietest table gets released first as like incentive to be quiet. But these kids are like not
Kids.
quiet.
Right.
And then they have to like stand in line and be quiet, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, they haven't been outside since they walked to their car or walked into the school at like
Right.
8:30 at the latest this morning. Like, that was 3 and something hours ago.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know, but let me say,
You used to have an AM recess. You got to school, you went outside.
like Zion, I can only compare it to that.
Yeah.
But we had like a morning recess, an
Yeah.
after lunch recess,
Right.
and an afternoon recess.
Right.
And I'm not trying to be like back in my day.
No, we had
but
that.
I feel like
we had
that's
that
the
too.
standard. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
You get to school, go outside, run off some energy.
I know sometimes they have PE before then, but I'm like, PE doesn't count as recess because you don't get to just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Dang.
it's
And
like
look at us.
somebody's
They
gonna
should just
say
be doing
something
it the
like,
same
if you feel
way.
this way, you need to go to like a school board meet or PTA or no.
Not gonna happen.
I just am saying I don't.
Not gonna happen.
And I told Millie, I was like, you could homeschool, but I was like, you wouldn't have all the friends that you have. She's like, I'd rather homeschool. I'm like, thinking, no, you wouldn't. I would be your teacher. Like, no, it would be so. Because, like, I am a good mom, but, like, I'm not a good disciplinarian. And they got to be to teach them school, I feel like. And I don't.
That's gotta be a rough job, rough gig, especially if you have kids.
When I was telling Millie, too, I'm like, every teacher was like Miss Akers was last year because that's the first year she ever taught a class.
Mm-hmm.
So she was so excited, even on hard days. It was the first year she ever got to have her own classroom. Her other teachers that have been doing it for 15, however many, 20 years, I can understand doing it every day.
Takes its toll.
Because those recesses that I went to, the
They
second
run
one wasn't
wild.
as bad, but the first one I was like, oh my God. Like I felt like I needed to like sit down and like reconfigure my brain after that because there were so many kids talking to me at once and hurting and crying. Like they would all come to you and like want to stare in your eyes and tell you something, but there's all these other kids like tapping you too. So I mean, I can't like, it's their I'm not good at that type
I'm
of stuff.
talking to this person.
Like I would do that a little bit, but then I'd move to, I like to like see and validate everybody.
I wonder where Rosie went. Oh, she's over there, laying in the dirt.
I watched back. I told you that. I watched back that episode. Oh, we were talking about that Nathan for you, the dog dying, and she gets
Yeah.
up off the couch right there and walks out of the frame.
So crazy.
That's one you need to clip if you're gonna clip.
It's like daisies.
If you're gonna clip, then clip and
I just
clop.
need to
Then.
do a little clipping.
If you're gonna clip, then
Clipping
clop. Then.
takes a little bit longer, but I should do more clips because that gets more eyeballs. People.
Well, yeah, because nobody wants to watch the whole
Right, I know.
thing, but if they see a 2-minute or a 30-second thing, it's like, oh.
There's a little bit more work, but I feel like I'm going to be able to get that accomplished today. Let's do some clips today, shoot them out
It's
there.
literally only 1 o'clock.
And then maybe, I don't know if I saved, I need to save this one so I can do some clips. I don't know if I saved the other one that we did or not. Yeah, no.
Save it.
I don't know
See
if
it,
I
say
did
it,
that
sign
or
it, the
not.
letters of the alphabet.
So big Sunday, 10 o'clock, and then we are going to Andy's. My brother Andy's, Uncle Andy's.
We're not going to your mom's. We're going to Andy's.
Going to Andy's, I
Okay.
do believe.
My brain. That makes more sense. The kids can run around and play
Yeah.
basketball.
I don't know how the weather is supposed. Looks like it's supposed to rain, but the carnival's in town. The
Did
JC
you know
one.
the carnival starts Thursday night?
Shit.
And they have wristbands that night and Saturday night, $30 a piece, but then they ride everything. So it'd be $60. That'd be cheaper than whatever it was going to be for tickets. What is that? It's a scab.
Okay,
Unless it's a tick.
that's what I was worried about.
Is it a tick?
think it
No, it's a
was.
scab. You just picked it. It's like bleeding. That's making me sick.
Man, I thought that was Daisy.
I stuck my tongue out.
Anyways, yeah. So carnival starts Thursday.
Yeah, because it doesn't go Monday. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Dang. So we still need to hit Friday because Friday's the day that it's a little bit more. But because of that,
Then we won't go Thursday.
are we wanting to go Thursday instead
Well,
of
it'd be
Friday?
cheaper, is all.
Hey, I'm off Friday, so Thursday actually would be.
I'm fine. I mean, it would be a school night, but they'd be excited. Like,
Yeah, let's go
we'll
Thursday.
see. I guess we'll wait and see. Millie has softball practice tonight.
Oh yeah, nice. First time.
Yep. I hope she realizes she can't wear it. Like, when we play catch, she wears her helmet.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can only wear that when you're like.
I'm afraid of her putting her glove up by her face like this when she's trying. I've been trying to get her to follow the ball.
She doesn't understand that the glove is the protection
Yeah.
for her body. So like, I kept trying to say that too. I'm like, wherever the ball goes,
Yeah,
have your
and
glove
don't
going
do
that way.
this because you're giving the person the target to just throw the ball at your face because you're doing that and it's gonna.
well, every time we played catch yesterday, it hit her. Like she
Yeah,
didn't
I
catch it
know.
and it hit her.
Same
somehow.
here. That's
And
why
I'm
I'm
like,
saying that all.
oh, this is gonna be rough. Like I didn't realize. I'm like, we should have been playing catch for like a year, like
Yeah.
this, because. But that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. And she's been swinging, so I like that. And like,
I'm not worried about her hitting because we play wiffle ball. She hits all the time.
yeah,
But wearing a glove and playing catch like that, she's never done that.
yeah. Put her in the outfield. Please don't put her at shortstop or something because she might take some hard ground balls.
Yeah.
Oh, she's an outfielder. She's a great outfielder. You know, center field. She'll chase after it. She'll go get the ball wherever. Put her out in center. I think it's a good spot. If the coach is listening.
Her coach will have it on lock.
Yeah.
She is with it with that stuff. And I think there's like might be a boy or two on the team.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's like if they are, because I think it's the same team that Trish said they played last year, and she's like, there are boys on there. So she's like, the boys did like everything as far as like actually getting plays done. So she's like, I'm a little nervous if those boys aren't on the team.
Is Blair on this team?
Both Blairs,
Let's go.
Emery, Quinn,
Okay,
like a lot of her friends are on it. Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's the only reason I signed her up, because they were all sitting there like, yeah, and it was like literally every mom there was like, yeah, we're on the team too. I'm like, okay, well,
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good to know. She'll have fun.
yeah.
Cool. So yeah, so we are gonna be softball parents. We'll see if that is something that
We're
sticks.
just waiting for basketball.
Same with
season.
basketball. Same with
There's a basketball camp next week.
it's just basketball and softball right now, right? Unless volleyball is something that she wants to get into.
Well, she likes volleyball, but she's never really done it yet. So
Just
it's like,
hoping to completely shift her focus to those sports instead of dance or
well, she wants to do gymnastics again in the fall. I said, do you want to do dance or gymnastics? And she's like, gymnastics.
Thank you.
I was like, okay.
we don't want to go to St. Peter's for
Every time
13 hours.
Every time there's a dance competition, I'm like, oh, thank you,
Yeah,
Like-
I don't. Come on.
But then it's like if she wanted, she would love it if she did it.
I know, and I don't want. I don't want her to know it exists.
But I gave her the option. I'm like, would you? Because the sign up for dance, I think it starts like.
We just got to
summer,
introduce her to
basically.
volleyball. That'll get her third sport thinking.
Well, I'm like, if she's trying to really do something when she gets older, I could see her wanting to cheer more than dance.
Yeah.
That I'm like, you might as well stay in gymnastics
Right.
if you're going to stay in one or the other. Because I feel like I don't know. I was going to say if you can do gymnastics, she can probably dance, but I don't
know how that works.
I wouldn't know.
We're all new to this,
I'm hoping she plays basketball. That's the one I'm.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be a fun one to go
Also,
travel.
if she doesn't want to play
Because
anything, that's fine.
That's traveling around, especially now with the conference in our high school, switching to like Wood River and Roxana being in our same conference.
It's nice they're like local and not so
Yeah,
far
I'm not.
away.
You're not
Muscuda
driving
or whatever.
somewhere really far. Like that's gonna be so fun when our kids get to that age. That'll be, and then it's gonna be real fun when Carson and Cam and YY get to
Yeah.
that age because, we're going to those away games, high school. Like, oh, I can't wait. Can you imagine seeing those boys
Especially
out there?
them playing on the same, like if they play on the same team like you and
Yeah.
Andy did, like just watching them be on the same team in high school would be so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The older two, I mean.
That'd be crazy. Anyways, this is a long one. This
Good,
been a
how far
long
apart
one.
is Cam's in 5th and YY's in 2nd? So they could, and YY would have to be real good to play,
Yeah,
right? Because
Yeah.
wouldn't Cam would be a senior when Y's a freshman?
yeah. Could happen.
If anyone could do it, it's YY.
It could happen.
He'll keep shooting his threes.
Yeah. Oh, why?
I would love
Gonna
that.
see them this weekend. It'll be fun. Get the whole family together. Come on, everybody, just clap your hands. Really good at singing.
You are a good singer. You're not the best singer in the house, but you come
Eh,
close.
it's debatable. So yeah, anyways, you know what you should do?
Check out That's Not Right, Katie. We've got 4 episodes up on the same place that you find K&D Society on K&D Society's page, and get yourself caught up and familiar, because each time I tell a little real life tale and talk about some stuff. And you didn't know, but I said time out before I said that, and Doug's been frozen with his hand up in place for a minute. So check that out and use cash. Time in. You helped.
You
us
should
so good.
listen to the uppers. Hey, right here, look at this shirt.
Merch.
Look at the uppers. Look them up. They're on Spotify. They're on YouTube. They're all
Hey,
over
tell
the
'em
place.
About this. If we get, we have how many followers, and if we get 100, then we get.
Oh yeah. You should. If you're listening to this on Spotify and you're
Hit
not
the follow.
following, just follow us if you wouldn't mind. That would be great. We need 100 followers so that we can have some subscriptions for subscribers.
Then
whatever.
you'll be an actual subscriber, not just a follower.
Yeah, come on, everybody,
So
just
help
clap
us
your
out if
hands.
you're listening,
So
just
if you're
hit
listening now, or if you're listening to Katie's, if you're a fan of that one, just
It's all the
follow.
same page. Just follow it.
We threw it all together.
Doug
know?
wanted to be in control of the brand.
It's
like-
the family brand.
Yeah,
But anyways, they all need to be under the same cloud. That's how. If let's just say it just takes off one day. It's
you
important
sound like the.
to have a
You
tree
sound like the Little
with branches.
People Big World, or not Little People Big World, IBOP,
Who's
the
that?
Duggars. They're like the umbrella of authority. There's
No,
Christ,
no,
and then the Father.
authority is a bad word. It's a
But
money.
the umbrella is
It's
the
a
picture.
money tree. It's a big money tree, but it's a palm tree. So like each branch is going to be its own little money thing, but it's still the same.
But we need your help by following.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Then
We'll do the rest.
a little bit of water, and then it'll
Grass
grow.
is always greener where you water it,
Daisies.
Something smells good in here. Doug's line. Well, you didn't get to shout out your boys. So go ahead.
Shout out to Aaron Kellum. Look up Aaron Kellum
Oh, wait.
music.
So last time we talked about Jeep's Eddie Bauer edition.
Oh, yeah,
Come to
yeah.
find out, Aaron Kellum had an Eddie Bauer edition.
Let's go.
If you could
Commented.
let us know what made it Eddie Bauer-esque. Was it just like the type of the leather and the way the interior looked? So it was
Yeah.
like the Eddie Bauer edition, the model. So it was just like the
It's
interior
more
looked
comfortable or something? Is
I-
the air conditioner
I would just
better?
say it like looked a little like schnazzier or something. So let us know on that because I can't take them like who would drive an Eddie Bauer edition.
It sucks that I
AK.
can't remember like that far back. Like I can remember only certain people's cars, but like like you saw Aaron Kellum drive that car every day, you
Yeah.
know, for like what 4, 5, 6 years, however long you had it, you know,
Yeah.
and then fast forward 15 years, you're like, I had no idea what car you drive.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? That was, you
Yeah.
know, like I probably rode in that car, but yeah, it's crazy. You can't
My
remember.
teal van. I feel like I get it.
Crazy. Certain cars stand out. You know,
That's crazy.
Daisy. Anyways, so listen to Aaron Kellum. He's really good at making music.
He's on like shows and shit. Like Love is Blind. or-
Yeah,
I don't know. Like
he is.
I don't remember specifically, but he's on multiple.
He's doing it, doing
He's
it
doing
up
his
real
thing.
big. Yeah. Anyways, open doors for people. It's a nice thing to do. Always do that because people are like, dang, what's going on? Like this guy's opened a door for me. Oh my god! And then they're like, you do it, and then you just go on about your day. It's pretty cool. Anyways, so yeah, that's it. We have nothing else. I have nothing else. I'm just gonna go ahead and shut it down here. But I usually get a good sense that you're on the same page.
Shout out to the 30th anniversary of Marlena being possessed on Days of Our Lives.
30 years. That's
I
maybe
love
that's maybe that's
I
what it
love
was.
I love it. I love it. That was one of my first fears besides Edward Scissorhands and killer whales. Man, so anyway, I saw that on Twitter yesterday, and I was like, man, 30, which means I was 7 and almost 8. It wasn't my first fear, and I thought I was younger than that. But man, that shit scared me.
Yeah, shout out to that little person.
I love it.
That little person on Passions. You know, shout
Yes,
out
me
to
and
him.
Ralph always talk about him.
That dude was
Didn't
crazy
he?
looking.
He
and
died.
He was cool.
He really,
I was happy for him. I'm just
no,
giving
but
him a
like
shout out.
me and Ralph would like. I watched that show.
How did he die? Was it a hang gliding? Was that the one? Because I saw some kind of actor from
Here we go.
a soap
No,
opera.
he had a disease because he was
Oh.
tiny. He had the what that little girl that you always post next to the tallest guy in the world.
She's still alive?
Yeah, probably. But he had like something that made him small, like a disease. It killed
Yeah,
him.
right.
But
It
anyway,
was not a hang
on
glider.
this- on
The
this-
people that's been saying that
we
online.
were saying bye, and I got right back in.
Well,
but I
people
just wanna
online
say,
have been saying that like there was a soap opera from
No,
actor
stop.
from Passions that died in a hang
it
gliding
wasn't.
accident.
It wasn't Timmy.
Okay, all right. Anyways, go ahead.
The lady was like a witch, and she's like, my doll, and everyone thought he was a doll, and then they'd leave, and it was like this little boy, and he'd have the gloves on and be like, Tabitha, blah blah. And so the fact that you knew that and said that,
Yeah, because that one was on
wanna
after
marry you.
after school, so you could catch it. I
it
think.
was on at 1:00
Was
because
it?
Days of Our Lives was. Listen, VCR recorded them
I know, but
in
I
junior
feel
high.
Like, I feel like, or maybe it showed it again, or maybe I was just like the sick days or something.
Well, the
But I just-
summer,
and it was new. It was a new one. Like when we were.
yeah.
So like it was kind of big. Oh my God, there's a new
Well, there
soap
was
opera.
well,
What?
There
There
was
can't
a lot
be
of
a new one.
There was a lot of advertising for it.
Yeah.
is what
So
you
like, and then
said.
I saw that little person. I'm like, oh my God, I love Willow. Like I'm down for this. Like, let's watch
I want to
this.
sing the song. A little the hands of the one who can lead the way. How do I still? That's the thing about your brains. I didn't know Aaron Kellum had an Eddie Bauer edition,
Yeah.
but I can sing.
The Passions intro song.
Would fly on the wings of a bird.
So shout out to the little
know
person. Rest in
You take
peace.
me higher,
From
breathe in,
Passions.
breathe out.
We appreciate your.
Gotta go. I'm walking
your-
away.
We appreciate
One
your
more time.
passion.
I love it.
And acting.
I
You
thought my
were a
leg
great
looked kind of
actor.
good. That's why I keep doing that.
But anyways.
I get on the chair if over. I love it.
Anyways,
Bye.
thank you so much for listening. I love y'all.
End it.
Bye.
Bye.